Only signs are thought of. Jacques Derrida, Algeria, French Empire, 1930 to 2004. Imagine that right now I say, the penguin. You might create a mental image of a penguin, but if I had said, tall, that would have altered your image. And if I continue and say, it's upside down, your concept changes again. In this way, a word is deferred from the ones that follow. Now, referring back to Ferdinand de Saussure's analysis, the word penguin might also mean something to you, but for a non-English speaker, it would mean nothing. This is because words are sounds we assign to things and not sounds that inherently belong to them. Identifying the meaning of a word involves differentiating this word from others. This is how a baby learns to say dog instead of cat. This also applies to phrases, so meaning depends not only on what is said, but also on what is not said. Derrida assigned a term to this condition of language, différance, a term he created that combines three French words that originally mean different, discrepancy, and something that is deferring. The reason he created this new term is that he wanted to express three senses: to differ, to be different, and to disagree, since the understanding of language, as we have seen, depends on timing, spacing, and controversy. Now, due to the difference which is natural in any human language, there are the so-called Aporias, which are generally gaps or contradictions in the meaning of a text. This means that reading a book in the way that we are used to will not give us a complete understanding of the work, as there will always be small details that escape us. Derrida, in his book of Grammatology, proposes a technique called Deconstruction, whose objective is to make all hidden aporias visible. Before we continue, we must also analyze a very particular phrase that says, "there is nothing outside the text." First, let's understand what Derrida thought about texts. Many would agree that the word penguin would not make sense if penguins didn't exist. This is how many philosophers thought of texts. They have no meaning without their author. Derrida, however, revisits the idea that written language is made of signs, and the definition of a sign is that which stands in place of something else, meaning it is different and not present at the same time. This we have already heard. It's a différance. Since différance is natural to language and works for signs, it should work perfectly for written texts. Writing, then, can mean and have a new dimension for language. Now, let's recall Michel Foucault for a moment, who mentioned that language is conditioned by historical and social context, which also alters the way different people understand things. Many problems arise from the lack of understanding, which in turn is due to gaps in the meaning of words, that is, aporias. Of course, both of them, Foucault and Derrida, had a different approach to language, but that allows us to see that by using Derrida's deconstructive technique for language in general, new horizons can be reached. If we use deconstruction, we are not only addressing language, but also broad ethical problems. If you enjoyed the explanation in this video, we invite you to discover some more of our capsules and mini-series produced by Canic Time. For any question, clarifications, or topic proposals, we remain at your service. Please feel free to subscribe, leave your comments, and give it a like.